Prescription yoga, sciatica. And I know, I have a smile on my face. If you know sciatica, if you've had recently low back pain or my back went out, or if you have the shooting pain that leaves the lower back and flows down the side of the leg all the way to the toes, it's not really something to smile about. But you'll notice that I've got my fingers interlocked and my thumbs together, and I'm just gently tapping right here at the center of the chest. So I'm going to use a little metaphor to help us kind of understand pain. Pain is a message, right? It is a nerve impulse meant to get our attention in a big way or a small way. There's some kind of congestion. So if we put this into nature terms, imagine that this congestion, this compacting of energy at the low back is like water when it freezes. And I know that's the opposite of the heat of nerve impulse, but stay with me. So what does it take to change the frozen structure of the ice? That solid matter. It takes warmth. It takes the warmth of the sun to come down, warm up the ice, and the ice starts to break and melt and change and return to the flow of spring. So we go from the stillness and the solitary frozen nature of winter, and we slowly begin to draw on warmth, which helps the ice to melt. So imagine with me that congestion is that frozen solitary stillness and fear, because all congestion in the body isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. So let your knees soften a little bit and continue to tap very gently right at heart center. What we're doing is tapping on the ice. We're imagining that we're causing some warmth to flow. And that warmth will help to melt the ice and bring back the natural flow of growth, of movement, of balance. So in this practice, and this will be about 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to see if we can increase some heat in the body using the breath. Now, if you have a yoga practice and you're feeling sciatica or any kind of low back pain, it's important to avoid stretching that area of the body. So forward folding, butterfly, any structural folding of the hamstrings in the back body, even chair pose, all of those may cause just more irritation. So kind of staying away from that while you're experiencing that sciatica, and think more about upper body movement. We want to rise, right? We want the warmth to move downward, and we want the upper body to bring some openness to the congestion of the low body. Just continuing to tap. Soften your knees and relax your arms now. And I'm going to start just a really gentle up and down movement. Now, if this feels like too much stimulation, if you're feeling that kind of pain, then just make it very slow, like you're in a boat and it's very slowly rising and falling. But if it feels good to make this a little bit bigger movement, then do that too. So just kind of notice what feels interesting to my body. When we're afraid because of pain sliding all the way down our legs, we tighten up, stiffen up, and we make everything more congested. So even imagining a flow in the body is going to begin to shift the energy. So I'm softening my knees, I'm softening my ankles, I'm moving my shoulders up and down. And then you start to roll your shoulders a little bit and allow your knees to continue to move up and down. Again, if that feels interesting and not too irritating. Allow your breath to start moving a little bit more, and imagine the ribs rising and falling with the breath. And then allow your arms to soften. Oh, the other thing to probably avoid is any kind of twisting that happens at the hip level. So gentle twisting, even a standing twist might be too much. But imagining a movement from the shoulders, that's where we want the movement to happen. So you can bring your fingertips to your shoulders, or you can just kind of lift your arms. Imagine a real stability in your low body. And again, maybe this is really, really subtle. Maybe you're standing still with your knees soft and you're just moving your head from side to side. But if a little bit of rib twisting feels okay, imagine that you're helping to crackle the ice at the very top level. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you can continue to move like this for a couple of minutes, or you can reach your hands out, interlock your fingers, and make this a little bit bigger movement. Let your movement go with the breath. So whatever version feels okay in your body, again, keeping the hips soft, the knees soft, letting this movement originate from the ribs, from the shoulder blades, lifting up through the crown of your head. And imagine a pumping of the belly as well. Relax your arms, shake everything out. Bring your hands to your low body. Fingertips touching, thumbs touching. You can actually rest on your body, but maybe move your hands out just a little bit. Soften your knees. And imagine the beautiful embers of a fire, where it's that deep, organic movement of maybe a really deep red or wine color. Take a few breaths there. Imagine fanning the flames of those beautiful embers. And then interlock your fingers. Bring your hands right to the edge of your ribs. Give yourself a little massage. I'm kind of pushing in with the heel of my hand. And we'll do some pumping breaths right here. So with the hands resting right at the edge of the ribs, let the shoulders drop, let the knees soften. Imagine growing roots with your feet, really planting yourself energetically, as if you were just like that seed that's nestling down into the earth, growing roots down to draw up nourishment. So we'll do a pumping breath to build some heat. So imagine the embers starting to glow a little bit more and flames starting to dance. Well, inhale and exhale through the mouth. Now, if this makes you feel lightheaded, then maybe being seated to do this might feel better. So again, just kind of notice what is happening in your body and honor that movement of energy. So I'm going to keep talking. You just keep breathing. So I'm going to breathe in through my mouth, and I'm going to exhale with force. Inhale, exhale. In through the mouth if you can. Let your shoulders move. Squeeze in with your hands and your elbows. Just keep that breath going for about a minute. Take a breath, take a break if you need to. And imagine that growing, dancing fire. Imagine the golden tips of the flames as they're beginning to dance a little bit higher. Keep breathing, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Flames are dancing. One more. Allow your hands to relax to your sides. Maybe bring your hands to the front of your thighs. Allow your energy to root down into the ground. Lift your arms. So my hands are very light and open. Shoulders are down. And then I'm going to continue that pumping kind of breath. And again, if this is making you feel a little lightheaded, that's good. That's what we want, is for the energy to rise and dance through the body. So imagine those flickering flames are causing steam to rise from that ice, and the steam is flowing right up through the crown of our heads. So breathing in now through the nose, Breathing out with a breathe in through the nose. Imagine the steam rising. Let your fingers be soft. Maybe lifting your chin a little with the exhale. Maybe dropping the chin with the inhale. Inhale, eyes fall. Exhale, rise. Eyes rise too. Let this breath be a little softer. Let your shoulders drop on the exhale. A couple more breaths. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. Begin to feel a little bit of flow, as if the water under the ice is flowing. The steam is rising right up through the crown of the head. One more breath like that. Now wrap your hands around, give your shoulders a good squeeze. Maybe shake your feet out a little bit. So this last movement is a tapping movement or a thumping movement. It's whatever feels good. And I'm squeezing, kind of imagine you're squeezing the muscle right into the bone, and work yourself all the way down to the elbows, releasing some of that stress energy. And again, helping that stress energy to move and flow throughout the body. Kind of pulling off each of your fingers, encouraging energy to flow. You can go from your elbow right off your fingers. Rub your palms together. Get some of that warm, healing, heart energy flowing. Turn your fingers sideways and bring your fingers right over your eyes. And you can push in a little bit if that feels okay. I'm really putting a little more pressure inward. And I'm going to rotate against the sides of my nose. So let the eyes rest, so you don't want to cause any problems with your cornea, but pushing into the center of your nose. About 9 circles. Lift your fingers away from your eyes, move out to your temples. Inhale. Imagine an expansion in the head. Exhale, soften. Soften the jaw. Inhale. And exhale. Drop your hands to the sides of your face, kind of tucking your hands in around your chin. Fingers are very light. You can also be a little bit away from your body. Soften your knees, rooting down into your feet, rising up through your head. Imagine that steam, that beautiful gray, soft steam flowing up through the crown of your head, connecting you to a beautiful sky with clouds flowing across the sky. Cross your ends to your chest. Start a little tapping. I'm going to reach one hand up, and I'm going to continue that tapping right down to my fingers, and then to my palms, up the inner part of the arm. So going back to the back part of your arm, you're really sending energy flowing through the heart meridian, through the channel of energy that flows to the heart, and also flows to all of the energy that protects the heart. The heart protector, the pericardium, which is a lining, a casing. Think of it as a jewel case that is protecting the energy of the heart. So you're stimulating all of those lovely energies. Again, just another way to tend to the spark, right? To get things flowing, to get the fire moving, to relieve that tension in the low body. And cross the chest, and then do that on the other side. Sorry, start from that heart one point right at the back of the arm. Flow down the back of the hand, palms, and then up, down, and then up. Just do that a few times. Down, and then up. Shake your hands out, cross your hands over your chest, nestle in a little bit. And take a few breaths with the chin softening towards your thumbs. You can massage a little bit if that feels good, or just let your hands rest. Breathing in and out through your nose. Kind of hum with your exhale. that nourishing earth breath, the vibration that matches the resonance of the earth. Take a few breaths. I hope you've enjoyed this video. See you soon.